Hi everyone, welcome to Dev Diary 14. Today I'm going to talk a bit about our character models. So here I've got a model of our main character, Philly. You'll also notice that we have a whole posse of Phillies over here. And I'll just explain what these are for. So at the moment Philly has a fairly neutral expression, but say if we wanted to give her a different expression, or if we wanted to animate her expression, we'll need to use these things called blend shapes. And what blend shapes are is they're a series of duplicate models, each with one part of the facial expression altered. So you can see here we have an open mouth, some closed eyelids, eyebrows in different positions, and these will all be what we use to start building up different expressions. So on my base model here, I've got this modifier applied called a morpher. And in this morpher I've got a reference to each different blend shape with a slider next to it. So if I go ahead and move these sliders around, I can create all sorts of different expressions by blending between all those different models. Now if you remember all the way back to our first dev diary, I briefly mentioned about character topology. So what topology basically means is it's the layout of polygons in a model. And making sure you have really nice clean topology is really important, especially for models which are going to animate. If I just play around with some of these sliders here, I can demonstrate why it's so important. So let's say I wanted to close one of these eyes. So if you just look at how the polygons are laid out around the eyes, they're in these nice clean little rings. And what that does, if we then close these eyelids, you'll see as those eyelids are closing, they're pulling up those polygons in a nice clean line. And what that does is it's making sure that as the character animates, all the polygons are staying in a nice clean layout, and that prevents us from having any strange artifacts going on with the mesh, or having strange movements going on. So that's why it's so important to have good topology. So let's try a few examples of different expressions. Let's try giving Philly a happy face. There, cute little Philly. Okay, so now that we've got happy, let's try a sad face. Oh, poor Philly. That's enough sad. Let's try an angry face. Yeah, she looks good and angry. So let's try something a little more complicated. Let's try surprised contempt. Yeah, so that's a real what the hey kind of expression. And it's these kind of expressions which really start to give the character a lot of personality. So that about covers it for this week, so thank you very much for watching and see you next time.